Alright guys, today we're going to be sanitizing our water lines in our RV. We're also going to be sanitizing the fresh tank as well. So this stuff right here is water tank and system flush. It's by Starbright. So this stuff's biodegradable. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, it's more expensive than bleach obviously, but it treats up to 100 gallons. And I think our freshwater tank's like 40 gallons, but just to keep it simple, we're just going to use half the bottle. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, first thing you want to do is find where your hot water tank is. Ours just so happens to be behind, it's under our fridge in our toy hauler. We got a work and play toy hauler. So just take this out and then we're going to bypass the hot water heater. You don't have, the Starbright water tank flush says that it can go in the water or the hot water tank, but I'm good on that. We're gonna bypass it. So the way this works is these valves, when they're facing with the line, that means they're in line, which means they're open. So to cut this line off from going into the water heater, we're just gonna turn it. Okay, so that closed that line. We're also gonna close this line. So now no water can go into the hot water tank, but we have this valve as well that is currently closed, so we need to open that because we want to run water through the hot lines, but we don't want the hot water tank to be on. So it's a little tough with one hand. Okay, so now we have water running through here, but it's blocked off from here, so it will not come out of there or go in the hot water tank here. So the water will run up here and be stopped, push up, so we can clean out the hot water lines and the cold. All right, so on our toy hauler, in between the tires, is where the freshwater tank is at. And this is actually a brand new hose, because when we bought this from Camping World, this was not here. So I'm really interested to see, you know, if there's any leaks or anything in the freshwater tank. Hopefully it's not, but regardless, we're about to find out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the freshwater tank. Gonna fill the freshwater tank, which is that clearish looking tank behind the axle right here. We're gonna fill this halfway, and then we're going to put half of that in here, and then we're going to fill it up the rest of the way. Alright, my wife is filling our water tank up, doing a great job. What I'm doing is watching for leaks down here, and so far so good. So I'm just going to try to keep an eye on the level of the tank, make sure it doesn't get over halfway. We'll probably go check our sensors on the inside, but from what I've read, they're not very accurate, so I'm gonna try to watch down here, see if I can see shadow of the water moving. Alright guys, I'm not sure if you can see right where my finger is at. You can see the water moving in the tank, so we're almost halfway there. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and dump the cleaning solution in, and we'll pick you up when we do that. Alright guys, this stuff treats 100 gallons, and our freshwater tank's like, I think it's 45, it's either 40 or 45, but we're just going to use half of the bottle. And if you don't have a funnel, it's okay. Here at Redneck University, you can just get you a water bottle, put it in here, and then have the other person pour half the bottle in there. Alright guys, we did about half of the container, and now I'm just back up under here watching to see when it's full. But yeah, once you fill your tank halfway up, put the tank flush sanitizer in, and then fill it all the way up with water. That way, you know, the only reason we did it at the halfway point is that way that water's running in and kind of swooshing it all around in the tank. And then once you get done, once it's full, you're gonna go inside and run all of your water lines. Alright guys, after you filled your water tank, it says to move your RV several times in order to disperse the system, flush throughout water. Yeah, we're not hooking up and moving ours. So what we're gonna do is just let it sit for about 30 minutes, and we're gonna run and grab a bite to eat, and then come back and we'll cut the water pump on and run it through the water lines. All right, so like I said, we're still learning our RV. We have not even used this thing yet, but our water pump was cutting on, but it was not building any pressure. And I could hear water like running, but nothing was coming out of the faucet. So what I did is I came down here and I saw this valve. So I turned the valve, and well, first before I turned the valve, I followed this line, and the line runs right here all the way down to the water, the freshwater tank. So I was like, that's probably the issue. So I turned this valve, and I was sitting right here, and then water started draining from here. So I took these caps, plugged it, and then our outdoor shower cut on, and water just started spewing through. So I was, you know, super pumped about that, because I was scared a water pump was maybe broken. But yeah, just wanted to throw that in there in case, you know, you guys hear your water pump but no water's coming through. That just follow the water lines from the freshwater tank, and you should be able to figure it out. All right, guys, after you get your water pump working, you can go ahead and run the sanitizer through all of your lines, and do your cold water, let it run for about 3 minutes, cut it off, and do your hot water and let it run for about 3 minutes, and just do all of these. All right, we ran the sanitizer through the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the bathroom shower, and the outdoor shower. We did the hot and cold lines for all the sinks in the shower. So yeah, now I am draining the freshwater tank, waiting on that to finish draining. Once it finishes, I'll close the valve, fill it back up with fresh water, and run all the lines one more time to get out the sanitizer from out of the lines. But yeah, appreciate you guys sticking with me, and stay tuned, because I know I said last week or the week before last that I was going to make a video doing the Eternabond on the roof, and I'm going to do the Henry's roof coating as well. So stay tuned for that video. That should be coming out in probably, I'd say, a week or two. But yeah, appreciate you guys sticking with me, and catch you on the next one.